What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And in this video here, I want to share with you a story from my own clothing brand that is really going to allow you to actually be patient running your clothing brand. So it's not just like I'm telling you to be patient. It's like this is really going to inspire you to be patient. It's going to show you that it doesn't matter if you're not making sales right now in your first year, your second year, if you're struggling still, because in the fourth year that we just hit for my clothing brand, we're only really starting to catch our stride now. And I want to share with you exactly what our journey looked like to put it into perspective for you so that you can really feel better about where you're at and continue on your journey to inevitably reaching the success that you want. This channel is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd, and if you need designs for your clothing brand, I seriously recommend you check them out. I use them myself. They're a website that allows you to crowdsource designs from designers located all around the world, and for a special $100 offer, you can head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn more, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. It's funny, in our first 6 months running our clothing brand, we completely sucked. We really struggled to make sales online, even though we were trying really hard. And we were showing up to events, and events were basically useless for us because we sucked at those as well. So if you're in your first 6 months right now and you're struggling to grow your clothing brand, it's completely fine. This doesn't have any indicator that your clothing brand won't be successful in the future. And I want you to stay on the path and stay on your journey, because you're basically just like a newborn baby who's not even learning how to walk yet, okay? That's how early the first 6 months of a clothing brand are. So you're in this for the long haul, and this will take some time to build, and don't panic. Stick to the process and you'll get there over time. Now, towards the end of the first year, we started hitting a bit of a stride. We started selling better online, and we started to really figure out what the brand was all about. But really still at the end of the first year, we were still struggling to grow our clothing brand and to really lock into what our brand was all about. And really this lasted for the first year and 2 years, was just really this self-discovery phase where you're just trying to figure out how to connect best with your audience. What are the images that you're posting on social media that are really connecting with your audience? And how exactly do we design the website or structure the brand concept in a way that's connecting really deeply with our audience? And that's basically what our first 2 years were like. We did all right for revenue, but it was nothing crazy. Somewhere close to 60 or 70K in revenue in our second year or something like that. Now, running into the third year running my clothing brand, this was one of the most difficult years for me because it was a split with my partner. I was used to having him handle certain aspects of the business and me handling certain aspects of the business. And when he decided that he wanted to do his full-time job instead of working on the clothing brand, I suddenly had to take on all the responsibilities of the brand, and the results that we were able to get slowed down because I was having to focus on absolutely everything that was involved in growing my clothing brand. And so that third year was a bit of a struggle for us. But as we moved into the fourth year, this is where we really hit our stride. And right now, we are absolutely smashing it for our clothing brand with Facebook ads targeting cold traffic, because we have the data now that we hustled for over the first 2 or 3 years to really learn about who exactly is buying our clothing, where exactly they are, and exactly the messaging and how to target them perfectly, that we know exactly who to target with our Facebook ads. We know exactly how to get in front of them in the right way, and we're absolutely destroying it with cold traffic ads right now. And this journey really took us 4 years to getting to this point where we're locked in and we're absolutely killing it. So the whole point of this video here is that if you're in your first year, your second year, your third year even, there's so much room to grow. And I'm sure where we're at right now is really low compared to where we'll be in another 4 years of constantly growing and working at this. And you really want to look at this on, say, a 10-year scale rather than, a 6-month scale where you just want to blow up and make all this money really quick. That's really not how it works. You really want to look at it on this 10-year scale. There's a saying, people overestimate what they can do in a year and they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And even if you look at your own life right now, you look at yourself 3 years ago, you were probably extremely different than who you are today, shockingly different than who you are today. And this is the whole point, is that in a year, not a lot really happens in a year, but over time, over the course of 4 years, it's crazy to see the amount of progress that you'll make. And I can't imagine where I'll be at and where you'll be at in the next 10 years growing our clothing brands if we can just stick with it and be patient enough. So this is really just to put into perspective that this whole talk about being patient is a very real thing. And it's not just something that people are saying for the hell of it, but it's extremely, extremely important that you stay patient and that you stick to the process and you grow at your own pace. Everybody learns at a different rate. Everybody grows at a different rate. And you want to just be doing your best to reach into your own potential. And as long as you stick with it over time, you'll eventually get there. All right. That's my inspirational talk for today. I really hope that you like that. And let me know what you think in the comments below. If you liked it, definitely smash the like button on this video. If you're struggling to market your brand right now and you want a bit of a shortcut to acquiring the knowledge that you need to market your clothing brand confidently and to put a system in place to market your brand, then head over to clothingbrandmarketing.com, where I teach you the marketing system that I put in place for my own clothing brand. I show you the guerrilla marketing strategies that I use on social media and the Facebook ad strategies, how to build a solid foundation for your brand. Everything is covered there, so check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have for apparel success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group. See you in the next one. Peace.